Okay, Roddy.
What's up, Hank?
You see it.
Mm-hmm.
I am. I'm enjoying my wife's mashed potatoes.
Dude, those are fantastic.
Mm-hmm. All right, let's do the thing. I got to hit this button over here. There's that button. Okay, we're gonna hit this over here. We're gonna share. How you been?
It's been an eventful week so far.
Anything good?
Calm down, baby.
The Cavs won.
How about them Cavs?
How about them Cavs? I feel terrible that I put them down, but they have.
Is LeBron like playing full on point guard right now?
LeBron is playing all 5 positions, and yeah, they're pretty good. I'm pretty sad that they're going to get rid of Tristan Thompson, but you'll have that. He doesn't fit in.
You think they're going to trade him?
Oh, that's what all the reports are. They're gonna deal him.
Huh.
And LeBron's okay with it as long as they get like a Marc Gasol or DeAndre Jordan. Those are the names that are floating around.
Jordan, maybe that Cousins.
Yeah, I don't like Jordan because
What
he
about
can't shoot free throws.
What about the Cousins guy?
I like him a lot better than Cousins.
Yeah.
He can give you rebounds and fun stuff.
All right, guys, what do you say we do a show here?
I think we should do a show.
Hey,
Hey, let's go.
let's do a show.
Let the games begin.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to 330 to Go. I'm your host, Hank Forrester, coming to you live from Stakeout Studios overlooking the rolling plains of Hardesty Park. We have a jam-packed episode for you tonight as we discuss New Year's Eve traditions and options, a fun topic, and then we discuss the pit of misery that is the Browns organization.
Dilly dilly.
Dilly dilly. But before we do that, we're once again joined by the golden tones of Roddy Voorhees.
Hey, Hank, how we doing? Tonight's episode is brought to us by His and Hers Wedding and Party Service. I've just been handed breaking news.
Breaking news.
Breaking news.
We have breaking news?
Due to upcoming New Year's Eve anticipated engagements, His and Hers is extending their special offer to the end of January.
Whoa.
If you book your DJ with His and Hers before February 1st, you will get 50% off the uplighting package of your choice.
Really?
You can find them on Facebook and The Knot. Don't delay. Make that call today.
That is definitely cowbell worthy.
That is cowbell worthy.
All right.
How you doing?
I got a fever.
I've got a fever.
Point being, yeah, that had to be hers because I would never give away free stuff.
Got to spend money to make money, I guess.
Okay. All right, well, folks, we've recovered from the hack, and we have the pod of episode 3 available for download. We really appreciate our special guest, Willie Clark, for sharing his thoughts on the state of Ohio high school football. In addition, we've gotten some great feedback regarding our grocery store reviews. So if you haven't had a chance to watch or listen, please make sure that you check those out. They're available on both iTunes and Google Play for download. Go to 330togo.com, and you'll find all previous episodes for download. So, Roddy.
Yeah.
I heard that you had a run-in up in Macedonia.
Yeah, so my day job, I don't, do we want to tell everybody what I do?
I mean, you can't, it's disclosure. It's whatever you want, bro.
So I am a coffee route sales account manager. Yeah, and I was delivering to an account up in Macedonia, Bennett Supply in Macedonia. And I was having a conversation with my contact there, waiting to get a signature, and another gentleman overheard me talking, and he said, "Hey, you're on a podcast." I said, "Yes, I am." He goes, 330? I said, "Yes." Kind of looked at him a little weird. We had a little small conversation. He's like, "You guys are doing a fantastic job. Keep it up."
Really?
Yeah.
In Macedonia?
In Macedonia.
Huh. That's pretty cool.
We've got fans.
That's a cowbell.
Is
Is that cowbell worthy?
All right, we'll go cowbell. So in other words, we're spreading, kind of like a fungus.
Yeah, I think so.
You gotta slowly just work out.
Yep, absolutely.
All right. So I do want to give some props. I'm wearing some vintage Akron merchandise here tonight. You folks can see my shirt. Ryan Rock Everywhere Weiss. You'll see his clothing truck all around town. He goes to all the local festivals. He's local to both Akron and Cleveland area. He does a lot of 330 merchandise. So here's one of the shirts that he gave me over the summer. So if you're
the hat now looks better, much better.
Thanks to Kate, our wardrobe.
She's
in charge of all wardrobe costumers.
Yeah.
Yep. Which, by the way, Kate was our call screener last week.
Yep.
But we're happy to say that we've got Mrs. Moonman back.
Welcome back, Mrs. Moon.
Welcome back, Mrs. Moonman. Oh,
she wants some
seriously.
cowbell.
Our
Wow.
call screener wants cowbell. Okay, there you go for
right.
Mrs. Moon. All right.
All right, let's put her to work.
All right, so folks, also want to point out that we've been notified over the last couple of weeks that we've got a lot of viewers and a lot of listeners that are outside of the state of Ohio. So I want to give a shout out to those listeners, and thanks for downloading. Thanks for listening. We've got listeners and regular downloaders in California, Virginia, Texas, and Florida. Okay, so I want to take a special moment and let you know to our listeners that are in California, we hope that you guys are safe. We hope the fires are nowhere near you. Okay, so we appreciate the spread that we're getting. Obviously, once you leave Akron, Akron is always still going to be a part of you. The 330 is always a part of you.
Yep.
So we got a lot of listeners abroad, so we appreciate you guys tuning in.
We're definitely praying for you guys, and hope everything ends here soon.
All right, so here we go with Act 1. And for Act 1, we chose, we've been in sequence, right? So we handled Thanksgiving initially with Black Friday, and then we talked about Christmas. So now we're moving on tonight to New Year's Eve.
New Year's Eve.
All right, so let's get started with our first topic, and that's fun things to do around the 330 for New Year's Eve. So, folks, I'm asking you guys, if you want to text in, here's the number, 330-714-7046. You can text in to our lovely call screener. Or if you want to just comment down below, we're reading that as well. All right. So we want to know, what are some of your New Year's Eve traditions? And do you do the same thing every year, or do you like to mix it up? Roddy, go. What do you guys like to do?
We mix it up. We've been out of town for some New Year's Eves. It just kind of depends on scheduling. I think this year we are going to try and go to First Night downtown Akron.
Okay.
I was there a couple years ago. I've heard it's changed immensely since then. We'll discuss them a little bit later.
Okay.
But yeah, we'll do that. I mean, we're kind of low key.
Okay.
How about you?
We like to stay consistent, but at the same time, those traditions have changed over the years. For years, we used to go to my grandparents' house up in Willowick, up in the Cleveland area, and then for years after that, we went to Menor, up to my aunt's house. And now for the last 7 or 8 years, we've been going to Findlay to spend the evening with the kids that were in the Liberty Benton football game I mentioned a couple weeks ago, or last week actually. That's our brother and sister-in-law. They live out in Findlay. So we like to stay consistent with that.
Yep.
But at the same time, I used to do some DJ work, doing weddings and whatnot, parties on New Year's Eve. So let's have a nice tip of the hat, or in this case, tip of the, I guess I'm wearing, what am I wearing here? I got my Mickey ears on.
You got your Mickey ears
on. So tip of the Mickey ears out to all our fellow DJs that are out there that are working on New Year's Eve for you. Sure, it's some bucks and sometimes big bucks, but you're still giving up that time with your family and friends. So I'm not. Don't.
We're not gonna. No.
Thanks, Kate.
Yeah, we'll leave that one alone.
All right. So moving on, folks. We broaden our range a bit, and we're including a bigger area of 330 this time. All these the events that we're about to discuss with you folks, they do have tickets that are available, and you can find these all on Eventbrite. Okay. So we did some searching, and here are some of the events that we've discovered. Let me just kind of go in sequence here. Some of these are adults, some of these are for kids. So make sure you check them out. And again, you can look on Eventbrite. Just put in New Year's Eve, Eventbrite, Akron, and it'll bring up all of these events that we're about to discuss with you. In addition to that, there are a bajillion that are in the Cleveland area as well, and that tags all those because they consider Cleveland in that Akron market. All right, so here we go. Northside Marketplace. Northside, I've done a wedding there. Yeah, DBA. Hello. I've done a wedding at DBA. I think I've done one of I've done one of the only weddings at DBA. Usually she's one of our loyal watchers. If she's out there, Holly and Jude just had a baby boy. So congratulations to them. All right. But it's the Northside Marketplace event. It's $50 pre-sale, $60 a day of. And it's not just DBA, it's all of the surrounding Northside Market area, all right? So it's Luigi's, and it's all those different restaurants and little niche places that are all right there. They're going to have games, music, and they've got a view of the Lock 3 fireworks at 8 p.m., and they're also having craft beer tasting. Are you a craft beer guy?
I am not a beer guy. I am a mixed drink guy.
You're a mixed drink guy?
I am a mixed drink guy.
And so am I, so that makes us old.
No, I don't think it makes us old at all. In fact, cheers.
All right, I think we discussed this in the last episode, right?
I think we may have.
All right. Point being, if you're into craft beers, I don't know why.
That's a lot of peanut butter.
I don't know why everybody liked that one so much. So yeah, check that out. The Northside Marketplace, $50 pre-sale, $6 a day of. Here's a kid event. It's in Stowe. It's at a place called
Cafe
Au Play. All right. So it's called Noon Year's Eve. Noon Year's Eve. This thing keeps fighting with me. Noon Year's Eve is Cafe Au Play up in Stowe. It's $25 a kid and $15 an adult, and that's 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. on New Year's Eve. It's also Cafe Au Play's third birthday, so they're having a joint celebration there, right?
Happy birthday, Cafe Au Play.
And for that, they're going to provide food, and they also have crafts and games all day long for the kids. So if you're looking for a kid's opportunity to do during the day, that's available. Then we go down to Canton. We've kind of neglected Canton.
We have neglected them.
And, you know, I've got a lot of friends and family that are down in the Canton area, and we're not purposely neglecting you guys because we know you're part of 330 as well. Boogie Nights.
That great movie reference.
Yes, Boogie Nights is at the Fieldcrest Estates Lodge in Canton, and the ticket range is $80 to $190.
That's a large range.
It is a large range, but I'm assuming that's because it includes. I'm assuming it's because it includes an open bar. All right, yeah. So it's 70s dress up. It's disco night, right? And they've got a DJ. They've got appetizers. They've got dinner. They got a cash or an open bar. So I'm assuming if you buy the lower bracket ticket, then you're on a cash bar, right? Where the upper bracket ticket would be an open bar.
Makes sense, yes.
They're doing a pork and sauerkraut snack after midnight. They're having a champagne toast and a balloon drop at midnight. And they've got they're going to have live televisions playing Soul Train all night long.
That's awesome.
So if you're into Boogie Nights down in Canton, make sure you check that one out. Again, these are all available on Eventbrite, okay?
Yep.
Next is the Northfield Hard Rock Roxino.
It's a great place.
That's $35 or $65. Again, it's that cash bar option, okay? Yep. They got a live DJ, but they're also mixing it up with live bands. Cover bands. Okay, which bands have they got?
They've got Panama, which that's obviously a Van Halen cover band, and then Dirty Deeds, which would be an AC/DC cover band.
Okay.
Looks like they're going to have cash bar and unlimited appetizers, folks. That sounds like a great deal.
Yeah, and again, that's at Northfield Hard Rock Roxino. That's up in Macedonia.
Yes, it is. Northfield, Macedonia, yep.
There's a really good chance that a bunch of those folks would know who you are because you seem to be a hit up in Macedonia.
I guess so. Let's go up there.
All right.
Does that get me in cheaper because I'm a celebrity now?
I don't know. We should call and check.
We should. Doubt it.
Hi, this is Roddy Voorhees' agent. I'm calling to find out if he gets a discounted rate to attend the New Year's Eve celebration.
Let's do it.
All right, I'll do it.
I'm all for it.
Kate, can you make that call for us, please? Love you.
Thanks,
all right.
Thanks, Kate.
Next we've got the Embassy Suites Rockside. Now, this is an interesting one because they have, again, it's a range.
Nice.
It's $125 or it's $300, okay?
Wow.
Because they have the overnight stay as an option.
Oh, yep.
So,
Makes sense.
it's Embassy Suites Rockside. They've got DJ Johnny O. He's going to be up there, and they've got three, count them,
1, 2, 3.
All right, they got 3 receptions to choose from. So you could go one that's the party out reception. You can go one that's the hang out and talk reception, or you could go to like the rave. I don't know, whatever they got going on.
All right, then.
The point is they've got 3 options at Embassy Suites Rockside. Okay,
and let's make one small little Don't be silly. Don't drink and drive.
Yes.
This holiday season.
Yes.
Don't drink and drive.
Don't drink.
That's no bueno.
Good.
Don't do it.
Good note. Good note.
Don't do it.
Now we've got Lyft available, so you got Uber, you got Lyft, you got
Call a friend.
you got all of us. Just text. Hey, text one of us. We'll come.
Call a friend. I'd rather come get you.
We'll
than,
bring a 330 party bus and pick everybody
Let's
up. That's
do it.
fine.
330 party bus.
All right. Next one is in Massillon, right? So again, we're trying to spread our 330 coverage area. This one's pretty neat, and I didn't even know about this. It's the second.
Yeah, I didn't know about it either.
It's the second annual, so there must have been a first, right?
Yeah, obviously.
It's the second annual masquerade ball that benefits Akron Children's Hospital.
Shout out to Akron Children's Hospital.
They're down at the St. George Greek Orthodox Church in Massillon.
Okay.
And there's a range in terms of tickets. They got a $25 ticket option and a $60. I believe that's kid and adult.
That would make sense
So
to me.
it is kid and it is kid friendly.
Kid friendly.
They've got. By the way, Moon Man, we are recording this, right? Just checking. All right.
Okay.
So
We're going live.
we're
going live.
We always got to check. All right. So they've got unlimited appetizers, just like the other places. They've also got a pork dinner as well, and drinks, dancing, and raffle baskets, and they're doing like a 50-50 raffle as well. So,
That's awesome.
and again, all that goes to benefit Akron Children's Hospital. That's the second annual masquerade ball, and that's down in Massillon. Again, folks, these are all available. You can purchase all these tickets at all the mentioned locations on Eventbrite. So check that out.
Eventbrite, folks. Eventbrite.com.
Then we got the GAR, G-A-R All-Star Band. That's in Peninsula, right? That's
Okay.
It's a hall in Peninsula, GAR
Yep.
Hall, and it's $50. They got 6 meal choices, and they're all listed online.
That's nice.
Okay, and they've got an all-star live band that's part of the GAR Hall. What? Yeah, it's in Peninsula. Yeah, I'm just pointing out these places.
Did you not do your research?
No. Wait, I'm just saying what city they're in.
Hank.
It's up to them to do their due diligence to buy tickets. I'm
Hank.
not.
Hank.
We are Google.
We do
okay?
We do show prep.
I'm doing
Show prep.
I did show prep.
Well,
All right, so
include
point
an address
all-
next time.
the GAR band, All-Star Band, is all-star live bands and singing and dancing. All right, so check out the GAR Hall, and they're also having a champagne toast at midnight.
That sounds like fun.
All right. Next one is La Flavor. La Flavor's a local band. A lot of people like to dance with La Flavor. They're they're ethnically oriented, so it'd be more salsa type music, right?
Sweet.
Okay. They're coupling up with the 365th Bomber Group for catering, and that's $50. That's at a hall in Uniontown, so make sure you check that out. They got a dinner buffet, a cash bar. They pass out hats and favors, and they got pork and kraut snack at midnight, just like a lot of the other places.
Shout out to Uniontown.
So again, our goal was to tell you some of the available options and to to give you things to do around town. There's so many more. You can look them up. But again, use Eventbrite. It's got those options. And if you're listening to us, and I'm sure you are, because we got a lot of friends and a lot of folks that tune in. We had 2,800 viewers in our last.
Say what?
We had 28.
Wow.
We had 2,800 folks watch episode 3.
So I'm saying sounds like we're doing something
we're starting to gain traction.
Getting
all right.
getting some traction.
This little thing is growing. And again, if you want to be a sponsor of ours, just contact us and we'd be happy to
Shout out.
put
There's
whatever
the-
you
there's the
want.
phone
We
number.
got billboards
Right.
right here. We could put
There.
whatever you want. Okay.
I'll wear whatever you want.
Yeah.
Just a lot of peanut butter.
All right. I don't know about whatever.
I may choose to regret that, but hey, I said it. It's there.
I don't know about whatever.
No,
That was what? I'm not. We're not.
Could be a walking billboard
We're not- he's
if
not-
the price is right.
He's not a walking billboard.
I could be.
All right, so and that brings us back to Akron centric, and that brings us back to first night.
Yeah, let's
So,
talk about first night.
First night started tiny,
Yes,
and
this
it
is
has
the-
just grown.
This year will be the 22nd year that
Wow,
first night has been.
22nd year,
Yeah.
little cowbell.
First night.
22nd year for first night. All right, folks.
Absolutely.
At this point, I'm going to dive into my wife's mashed potatoes, and I'm
You
going to
lead. I'll talk for a little bit.
let Roddy take over.
So, ladies and gentlemen, obviously parking is free. That's a fantastic thing. Downtown Akron, you can park for free. They have more than 40 experiences from music, visual arts, interactive, dance, theater, performing arts. Buttons are $10. They're available at Acme, Huntington Bank, the Akron Art Museum, Akron Civic Theater, the Angel Falls Coffee Shop here in Highland Square, and the Library Shop. Children under 10, free. People with kids, free. As long as they're under 10. This is first night. So they'll open at 6. Obviously, they'll be done at midnight. There'll be food trucks. Huntington will provide, they're the sponsor for the midnight fireworks. They'll do 2 fireworks shows. One will be at 8 o'clock. Those are for your age group, Hank, for those that want to go to bed early.
Wow.
8 o'clock. So you can get to bed on time.
Dude, I'm eating right now. Don't bother me.
Nah, I know. I had to poke fun at you. So obviously, if you go to firstnightakron.org, I believe is what it was, you can print this little handy dandy map. Shows you where.
Mike's got a map.
I've got a map. I've got a map. But mine's
Seriously?
more colorful and it's one page.
Yeah, but mine was AAA.
I don't have to fold it 30 times.
I had a AAA map, like the real deal.
That's because you're old. Your AARP membership comes next week.
Peanut butter.
Wow. Hey. Kevin, and Kevin's listening right now.
Hi, Kevin.
He was not happy with you.
Why was he not happy with me?
Because AAA has like 58 million members.
AAA, I'm not putting AAA down at all. I was putting you down for being old.
But no. It's,
For using triptychs or whatever it was.
With the funny. How are we getting on this topic again?
Keep eating. Hush. Anyway, go back to this map. Lists everything where you can park for free. Quite a few spaces. Shows you where all the event sites are. And then you can take a look at this. You're probably not going to be able to read it very well, but this is the schedule of events. Shows you what's going on at what time. It sounds like it's going to be a whole lot of fun. The Voorhees clan, like I said earlier, I think that we're going to give first night a go for the first time in a few years.
Okay.
I'm looking forward to it.
And then at the end, they do the fireworks, right?
They do a gigantic fireworks display downtown Akron. I can actually usually hear the fireworks from my house. They're pretty loud.
Well, keep talking. I'm eating.
Well, that's all I got on first night.
Well,
What else do you want to know?
can they watch the New York stuff anywhere?
I imagine so. I believe that they'll have TVs on in certain areas, and you can see, obviously, Dick Clark's New Year's Rockin' Eve. I think it's now with, Ryan Seacrest, the man of 10 million jobs, does it.
I see we have a new viewer that just joined. It looks like my my mom-in-law is
Hi, Mom-in-law.
watching, right? That's Sue out there. Here's my plate. I finished my plate, mom-in-law.
Does he get dessert now?
The story behind this, right,
Do you get dessert?
everyone loves my wife's mashed potatoes.
They were fantastic.
Everybody loves.
They were very, very good.
Everyone loves Kate's mashed potatoes. Kate's mashed potatoes are not Kate's. They are Sue's. So Sue is the matriarch of the mashed potatoes.
So let's settle it.
What?
Sue can make
Don't you,
some.
no. Do not put me on the spot as to who's are better.
No. I'm not saying whose
Okay.
are better.
Okay.
I would like to judge. I'm an outsider.
I'll just say that they're different.
Okay.
Sue has a tendency to be more buttery,
And that's always good with
And-
mashed potatoes.
and Kate's has a tendency to be more sour creamy.
Well, Kate just clearly said that her mothers were better.
All right. Well, I'm not getting into that debate because I'll get in
Nope. You'll be sleeping on the couch, bro.
trouble. All right. So
So first night, check it out. Again, check out eventbrite.com.
yeah.
Type in Akron. And then it'll give you all those if you want to go back and get some more details on what we said.
I don't think First Night was on Eventbrite. First Night is their own thing.
First Night has their own website, yes, and that's firstnightakron.org.
But all the other ones that I
You can
brought,
get you can get your buttons at Acme, Huntington Bank, places
around
in
town.
Akron.
Yep. All the other ones that I brought up, all those other options, they're all available on Eventbrite, folks. So again, just type in Akron New Year's Eve Eventbrite, and it'll come up, and it'll give you like 6 pages of stuff. And we just tried to help you along the way and give you that little push. All right.
Well, one other thing I did forget to mention about First Night, they will have food trucks.
Okay.
Food trucks are wonderful. We love food trucks. In fact, if one wants to come to Stakeout Studios and park out front, I'd love to plug you.
Yeah. Whoa.
Yeah. Look what I just did.
Wow. They won't do it in this weather. but
No,
that's-
well,
what a great idea. Like,
that is a fantastic
well,
idea.
and I've toyed around with doing one over the summer. We'll just do, off the front porch and face the back and have the neighborhood out
let's
there
do it.
and stuff. So a food
Let's
truck
do
would
it.
be great.
Food trucks.
As long as it's not one of those creepy ice cream trucks with like a
I'm not. That's an ice cream truck.
New
We're talking
topic.
Food truck. So there you go.
Horrible turn of events.
I have thrown the gauntlet down for a food truck. So
All right, so start bandwagoning us for food trucks in the spring. All right, folks. So now it's time to move on to our next topic.
do we have to?
We do. All right, so right now, here's what I want you to do. If you're watching right now, I want you to please hit share for us. So I want you to share this out and say, these clowns are getting ready to talk Browns, okay? So hit the share button
That team that
and
plays
say,
in
these
Cleveland.
clowns are getting ready to talk Browns. All right, let's get ready to talk Browns football, but before we do, a word from our sponsors.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, Act 2 of our show today is being brought to us by Safe Dryer. I've said it before, I'll say it again. I'm glad I did it. Hank, I know you're happy that you did it. Folks, get those dryer vents checked before you have a real problem. That lint builds up, it will start a fire, and you may lose everything. So don't delay. Act today. Call 330-510-1256. You can find them on Facebook, and you get a free estimate. Free estimate is fantastic. Facebook.com/Safe Dryer. And tell them Hank and Roddy sent you.
Okay, so it's time for Act 2. No. Hashtag Browns good karma. Okay, no, do not. We can't be negative here. All right, not we can't be negative.
Calm down, baby.
All right,
They're
so
0-13.
here, hold
I'll
that.
just-
Hold
okay.
that.
Cheers.
Okay. No,
Oh,
no cheers. All right, so these. So, yeah,
No cheers?
I've had these. These are the Bud Light Browns cans. I've had these sitting in the basement, in the fridge.
Yeah.
All year. And they've been waiting for a Browns win.
You were so close to opening these things on Sunday.
We were going
You were
to.
so close.
We're going to toast live on the show.
But
They have our little Bud Light Browns can. But as you can see,
But the Browns let us
as you can see,
down.
they're still closed.
They're still
okay.
closed. Sealed.
So, again, they go back down to the fridge.
There you go.
And they will wait.
To the pit of misery.
Dilly dilly.
Dilly dilly.
Now the point is, we had done the whole hair thing. I was not gonna cut my hair, but Jeremy, if Jeremy's out there, I don't think
Shout
he's
out to
watching
Jeremy
yet. I don't think he's
Powell.
watching yet, but if Jeremy's watching eventually, or listening, he's actually doing the Browns beard. Like when you
Yes,
see
he has the Browns.
his beard is, I don't know, yay long, like
Yeah, it's
4,
long.
5, 6.
I
7
kind
Rip
of
Van
feel
Winkle
bad
inches.
for him. I'm sure he wants to shave it by now.
Yeah. So here we go, folks. The state of the Browns. Topic number 1, Sashi is out. I mean, literally, we went and we said, hey, we're going to do this show, and
The very
Bam.
next day, Sashi Brown
all
gets
of our material was
shown the
delivered
door.
into our lap. Okay, so Sashi's out and Hugh stays, and my question to you is
Ugh.
why? Roddy,
yeah,
why? Why is Hugh staying and Sashi out?
because Sashi was not a GM. Sashi was brought in to do something that they do in baseball, Moneyball, and it doesn't work in the NFL. Sashi was clearly over his head. He didn't know what he was doing. I mean, the Browns record speaks for itself. They're 0-13.
Well, you and I are going to disagree quite a bit tonight.
He couldn't draft. That's the big thing.
On this topic, you and I are going to disagree quite a bit, okay? And I'm going to agree with one of the round the horn panelists, and that's Jackie McMullen, okay?
Yep.
She said, and I totally agree with her, that Dave just joined. Dave's
I know Dave.
Dave's a live wire.
How you doing, Dave?
Dave's going to be fun to have watching this one.
Played fantasy football with Dave.
Yes, you did. All right. So, and just so you know, things haven't changed. He's still toward the bottom of the league.
Dave.
All right. So we got a text already. Wow, people are watching this.
Shout out
Once
to
again,
Maxwell.
folks,
How are you,
Hit
sir?
share. The fireworks are about to start.
He couldn't draft. I just said it.
Now listen,
he couldn't
listen.
draft.
Jackie M says the same thing that I'm about to say, and then is in
She gets paid.
in 3 or 4 years, we're going to be saying what a good job that Sashi Brown
We're going to
did.
thank him for not.
We're going to be
running
giving
this team
kudos to
further into
Sashi
the
Brown.
ground.
Okay, here's why. All right, and this is the issue. The one thing that we haven't done since 1999 is do a full reset.
Win a game. Oh wait,
No,
we
a
have
full
one.
reset.
We have won some games.
We have not done a full rebuild. Okay, for the first
True.
time since 1999.
Well, 99 they were an
for the first
expansion
for the
team.
first time since 1999, we decided, you know what? They're going to do a full rebuild. They sat Jimmy down and they said, this is a 3-year plan. Okay,
Mhm.
we're going to suck, and by the 3rd year, we're going to be competitive.
And sucking.
We should have done this years ago. Years. Okay.
Well.
Here's the problem. We as a collective fan base, we no longer have the my Mickey ears are falling off.
Yeah,
We no longer have the patience to be able to accept a full rebuild. Okay, we're in that mode now. We got to win. We got to win. We got to win. We got to win.
We want them to win.
We have sucked for so long. We're finally doing a full rebuild, and nobody's being patient about it.
We're tired of waiting.
I understand that, but again, we said this is going to be a 3-year plan. They when they said that. That's what they said to Jimmy. And Jimmy sold that to the fans, and now everybody's mad, and we're only halfway through year 2, and we're surprised. What is the surprise here?
How many years does it take to build a competitive team?
3 years, and we're like right there.
Okay, so
look at the games that we've had in the last 6 games. How many blowouts
right, hold
are there?
hold on. The
What?
Packers we should have beat because
Right.
Aaron Rodgers, who is, in fact, Aaron Rodgers,
Right?
we couldn't beat their backup quarterback.
He's not a backup anymore.
Brett Hundley.
He's as rookie as Kaiser.
Aaron Rodgers starts this Sunday.
He's as rookie as Kaiser.
No, Hundley's been in the league.
Hundley has not been in the league.
Hundley, correct me if I'm wrong. I believe Brett Hundley's been in the league at least 2 years.
Fact check, folks. When was Hundley drafted? I thought he was drafted this past year along with Kaiser. I'm pretty sure. And if he was drafted the year
What do
before,
I get when I'm right?
if he was drafted the year before, then it moots your point because you're saying that he shouldn't have the experience when he's got a whole extra year on Kaiser.
Hold on.
All right.
I'm
Now, hold
looking
on.
at him. You keep talking. I'm
Let
going
me
to fact
reset
check
the table, okay? Our biggest issue, right, is who touches the ball on every play on offense.
Hey,
When was,
let me
when was
find-
Hundley drafted?
Let's see here.
This year or last year?
I'm looking. Hold on. Give me a
Okay.
minute.
You do that.
He was drafted in the 5th round of the 2015 NFL draft.
Okay, so this is his second year in the NFL. So he had, he had a whole year to sit
Well,
behind Aaron Rodgers.
Wouldn't this be his 3rd year? If he was drafted in 15, he played 15, 16, 17.
No, the 15 draft.
But in April,
That even goes to my point even more. That he had 2 years sitting behind Aaron Rodgers, and now he's being pushed into service.
he didn't look all that great on Sunday.
It doesn't matter. He's got 2 years sitting behind what is
Okay.
going to be a Hall of Fame quarterback, right? How many
yeah.
Hall of Fame quarterbacks has Kaiser had a chance to sit behind?
0.
Exactly. Why? Here's why. Because in the last 3 years, you want to know who our quarterbacks are?
The list
Kaiser,
goes on and on.
McCown, Kessler, Hogan, RG3, and Menzel. Folks, I got to tell you, the biggest setback this organization has had since 1999 was drafting Johnny Manziel. It's a given fact. We all know this, and we all need to talk about it, and we all need to come to grips with it, and we all need to just let it go. We did it, and now it's over with.
And where's he playing
but
football
it
right
set
now?
us back. It literally set us back 3 years
Yeah.
as an organization.
Where's he playing football right now?
He's not. He's playing.
Exactly.
He's playing in
He
his
turned
dad's
down an
backyard.
invitation to play in the Canadian Football League.
Playing in his dad's backyard. Okay, now here, all right, you ready for this? So here we go. Here's our misses, and this is the problem, right? This is why everybody gets so upset. So, hey, guys, sorry if I'm getting worked up about this, but this is a hot topic right now because there's a lot of raw emotion on this topic all around the city of Cleveland and the city of Akron. Everybody's angry, okay? Here's our misses. You ready? Dalton, Kaepernick, Tannehill, Wilson, Carr, Watson, Wentz, Bridgewater, Mariota, McCarron, and Jimmy G. All of them could have been in a Browns uniform. I'm going to ask you this, Roddy.
Sure.
What is the pattern with them?
They're all pro quarterbacks.
No,
All pro meaning they're all very good quarterbacks.
no. They are literally the cast of NFL Final Destination. Literally the cast. Think about this, right? So every one of those quarterbacks should have been a Browns quarterback, but wasn't drafted, right? So in other words, they cheated quarterback death. And then every one of them has
They
had
weren't brought to Cleveland to
knee
die.
or a shoulder or a vertebrae. They've all like broken their bodies because
Except
they
Jimmy
cheated Brown's death.
I don't think Garoppolo's been hurt.
Brown, yes, he was. He
Was
was
he?
given a start because Tom Brady had a 4-game suspension. Jimmy G, here you go. Here's your big chance. Blam, first game. Put in Jacoby Brissett for the next 3. And he won 2 out of 3 of them.
Yeah, he did.
All right?
And now he's the starting quarterback for the Indianapolis Colts.
So here's the deal, folks. You can gripe all you want about Browns quarterbacks that we've missed on, but all of them haven't cheated Browns death because they've all either lost a shoulder or a knee. So they're literally the cast of NFL Final Destination. All right? So take that one to the bank. All right. So now let's talk about Kaiser, right? Everybody's hard on Kaiser right now. How old is he?
Deshaun Kaiser, I believe, is 21.
I'm sorry, how old?
21.
Say it again.
He's illegal. He's able to drink legally.
He's
21.
21 years old. Mike, Roddy, whoever
Yeah.
you are, what were you doing at the age of 21?
You don't want to know what I was doing.
Yes,
at the
I
age
do.
of 21.
Well, I know what I was doing. I was like in year 3 out of 6 in college, okay? And I was playing soccer and chasing around Kate and worried about, what game I was going to be watching at BW3s. I sure wasn't worried about starting an NFL football game and leading a franchise that had been so repressed that it was starved for a victory, okay?
Thanks, Dave. Dave just proved my point. Jimmy Garoppolo is 4-0. I believe that he was pulled from that game because of injury, and that's why Brissett came in and played 3 games.
That's my point. Jimmy is part of the Final Destination crew, all right?
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So it looks like Jeremy's on right now. So Jeremy, just go back and listen if you want to
Chime in, Jeremy.
Oh,
we know you are.
we got Elaine's listening now. Assuming the input from Steeler Nation is not welcome, we always welcome input from Steeler Nation. Are you kidding me? Steeler Nation is like our big brother right now. Are you kidding me?
Be careful what you wish for.
All right. So anyway, so
Well, how do you
Kaiser's
do this?
21 years old.
Kaiser is 21.
All right. I'm gonna give you a name. You ready?
Give me a name.
Carr.
David Carr,
Yeah.
Oakland Raiders quarterback.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's part of the Final Destination Browns cast, right?
Yep.
Because he blew out his shoulder last year.
Second
Okay.
round pick, 33rd, I believe, overall.
Is he good?
I think so, yes.
Would you want him as your quarterback?
Yes, I would.
You think the Browns would be in a better shape right now if he was your quarterback?
That's a very tough question because I believe in order to be a successful franchise, you need to have weapons. You need to have a solid defense. Special teams needs to be there. Adding David Carr, I don't think puts us over the hump yet, unless we would surround him with talent.
I want you to go check the tape.
Okay.
When you get home.
Yep.
I want you to look up this past game. It was the Oakland Raiders and is it Oakland or whoever they are? Los Angeles now?
They'll be the Las Vegas Raiders.
Whatever
here
they
pretty
are. Okay. The Raiders were playing the Chiefs, the
Yep.
Chefs. Okay.
soon. The Chefs.
A big Chiefs lineman
Yep.
got to Carr and hit him.
Mhm.
Carr was trying to make a play. He's throwing the ball down the field. He got hit by a big lineman, and the lineman hit his arm. This was at the 6-minute and 33 mark of quarter number 2 in that game.
Okay.
The ball went straight up in the air
And came down.
and went straight back down,
and I'll bet it was
and
picked
a
off.
Chief intercepted it.
Go figure.
Does that sound familiar?
It does sound familiar because
How?
I believe Deshaun Kaiser did that just on Sunday.
Yeah, so Derek Carr did it on
Mhm.
Sunday.
Yeah.
Trying to make a play to win an NFL football game.
Any quarterback's going to make that.
So
if
you're
somebody
in
hits their arm.
overtime as the Browns' 21-year-old quarterback trying to make a play
Yeah.
to win a football game for a town that is so starved and so repressed for a win
Yeah.
that they'll do anything for a win.
Hold on. I got one thing to say about that game, and then I'm going to drop it.
Anything for a win.
Could we have tackled somebody on that punt return?
Anything for a
Okay,
win.
Just saying.
Okay? Anything
We
for a
couldn't
win.
tackle anybody on that.
21-year-old
special teams,
kid trying to play hero ball gets intercepted in the worst possible way, and everybody wants to cut him.
but- And what did I just say?
21-year-old quarterback.
Any quarterback, that can happen if their arm gets hit when they throw the ball.
My point is, here we are talking Derek Carr and about
Yeah.
how much better he is,
It's
and he should have been a
happened.
Brown and blah, blah, blah. He literally had the identical exact – I'm getting all worked up. I
You
need
are.
to slow down.
Calm down.
He had the exact same interception.
Calm down.
Quarter 2
He did.
with 6:33 in the game.
Fantastic.
My,
That loss is not on Deshaun Kaiser.
I'm sorry. What?
That loss is not on Deshaun Kaiser
Who's it
because
on?
before that
Who's it on?
interception, hold on.
Okay.
Before that interception, he was playing the game of his life. His completion percentage was up. He threw a touchdown pass to Josh Gordon.
Yep.
If David Njoku catches the third down pass,
Yep.
and if our special teams can make a tackle or show some effort on that punt return, we're not even discussing it. We're celebrating a Browns win.
I'm responding to David, who just commented. He says the Browns being too young is Sashi Brown's fault. Well, David, I don't know if you had tuned in too late, but this is the first time we've done a full rebuild ever since 1999. It's a 3-year program. We're on year 2, okay? Patriots moves. Elaine, can the Browns keep anyone? Consistency. Okay. And we'll talk to Elaine in a minute. All right, so a couple Patriot-like moves, because obviously the Patriots are the gold standard, right? Cutting
Yeah.
Hayden
Yep.
was a Patriot move, and signing James Collins to a second contract.
Yep.
We are very rarely do you see a Browns team sign anybody to their second contract.
Correct.
Usually we're the guys giving away the awards of this world.
Right.
Okay. Because we they go through their first contract and they head for greener pastures. So it was nice to see the Collins pickup, right?
Right.
Which I thought was a good move by Sashi. Okay.
Well, you heard the whole story of why Jamie Collins was traded to the Browns, right?
No, go ahead.
He went to the front office of the New England Patriots and demanded a new contract, something that the New England Patriots do not do during the season. And he was rewarded for his valiant effort to get a new contract and was shipped to the worst team in the NFL. Thanks for playing.
And he's the captain of the defense now.
And I'm not saying that it's bad that we have him.
Which, by the way, is a growing and budding and good defense.
The defense is showing signs of life. Signs of life.
Everyone's hard on Greg Williams right now. The whole, why is Jabril playing 25 yards behind the line? Because they don't know how to play yet, folks.
They'll get there.
These are freshmen and sophomore players. Think of it that way. These are freshmen and sophomore players, okay? So you got first-year players and second-year players that are basically the core and the anchor of your team. You want to hear – let's talk about who they are. You ready?
Yeah.
Good or bad? Ready? Garrett.
Jury's still out. I think he can be really good.
I think he's a game changer.
He can, if he stays healthy, he can be.
Peppers.
Bad. I haven't seen any reason why we should have drafted him.
I like him. You want to know why?
Why do
he
you
could
like
play anywhere.
But we've only played him at safety and punt returns.
Because he's a freshman and sophomore crewman.
Okay.
We don't have a choice.
Put him on offense then. If he's explosive, put him on offense.
Danny Shelton. The only good Farmer draft pick from my estimation.
Average at best.
Oh. Corey Coleman.
Looks like he could be a phenomenal wide receiver.
Duke Johnson.
I enjoy the Duke.
Nassib.
He will be a stud.
Agba.
He can be pretty good.
McCourty.
Jason McCourty, no. He's past his prime, I think.
I think you're crazy. Schobert.
Linebacker, I think he can fit it. He's a role player.
Kirksey.
He is a phenomenal linebacker.
Njoku.
Catch the ball.
Phenomenal athletic ability.
He could be a phenomenal tight end. He's just got to catch the ball.
Coleman.
Second Coleman?
No. Yeah, lineman Coleman.
Sean Coleman.
Yeah.
Oh, Sean Coleman. We'll see.
Drango.
Who?
Drango took the. I know Joe Thomas, right?
Oh,
He's been there forever. Drango
Joe
took his place.
Thomas's replacement.
Uh-huh.
He's been okay.
Haven't heard his name.
He's been okay.
When you have a lineman
And you don't hear his
and
name,
you don't
then
hear
that
his
means
name,
he's
that's
good,
a good thing.
right?
Orchard.
He could be a huge, huge player for us.
Jamie Meter. The pride of Berea.
That's the
The local kid.
yeah.
Blocked the punt. I'm sorry, blocked the field goal of the only win we've had in the last 2 years.
Shout out to Jamie Meter. Thank you, sir.
All right, so that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. That's 16 players. How many players are there on the field, offense and defense?
I think there's 11.
Yeah, so 22?
Yep.
So 16 to 22?
We're getting there.
Roddy?
We're getting
That's
there.
what we call a core.
Yeah, they're getting there.
Who drafted that core?
Sashi Brown.
I'm sorry, who?
Sashi Brown.
Okay.
Ray Farmer.
No. Ray drafted one of them. Ray drafted one of them.
You asked a question. I answered
Sashi
it.
Brown drafted that core. Okay? We got a comment from Mike. It's a long one.
Yeah.
So by no means I'm a Browns fan, but they need to change their paradigm and theology to become successful. All they do is sign rookie quarterbacks. We're going to touch on that in a second. All right, so before we go on, we're going to take a TV timeout, and we're going to talk Flash Josh Gordon, okay? Obviously, Gordon's back. We see what he's capable of. We've always known what he's capable of. He's capable of being one of the best wide receivers, not only in the NFL, but in the history of the NFL. But he is, it's a bold statement, right?
Yeah.
But he has absolutely ruined his career up to this point. So let's
Correct.
see what we have to deal with. What are the stipulations dealing with Mr. Gordon?
Mr. Gordon is on his absolute final chance with the NFL. He is brought back on a conditional basis. He has some very severe restrictions. Basically, he is subject to random drug tests throughout the season. He could have more than one a week. He could have 2 a week. He's got to stay clean because the first mess up, he's kicked out of the league. We'll never see him again. We'll never hear from him.
Where's he
in
from?
an NFL.
Where's he from?
He is from Houston, Texas.
That's his hometown.
It is his hometown, although he currently lives with his business manager in Gainesville, Florida.
Okay, so he's from Houston.
Mhm.
He lives in Gainesville.
Yep.
And he plays in Cleveland.
Yep.
All right. Share this. Bold statement. If you live in any of those three cities, Cleveland, Houston, or Gainesville, I want you to be on the phone this weekend, and I want you to call every bar and every restaurant in town. And I want you to talk to all the owners, and I want you to put all of them on notice that if Josh Gordon walks into their establishment, they are to give him water with a lemon. Do you folks hear me?
Or a lime.
Water with a lemon or a lime. So Cleveland, Ohio, Gainesville, Florida, Houston, Texas, and I know we've got listeners and downloaders in all three of those locations. Put restaurant and bar owners on notice. In fact, you give me their number, their fax number, and we will fax them a picture of Josh Gordon. Okay?
All right.
I want it up on the front by where the waitresses go to seat people.
Do not serve this man? What?
No, we are his keeper. Okay?
We are.
This man has the potential to make, I don't know, $10 to $15 million a year and be the best wide receiver in the history of the NFL. Folks, we need to do our part. You need to share this. Gainesville, Florida, Houston, Texas, Cleveland, Ohio. Get on board with it. Hashtag save Flash.
Wow. Hold on, but there is good news.
There's good news.
There's good news
wait,
about
there's
Josh
good news.
Gordon.
Okay.
So obviously Roger Goodell has the final say as to what happens with him. He can't foul up. If he is 24 months sober,
Okay.
no issues, no nothing,
Okay.
he will be discharged from stage 3
Okay.
of the NFL reinstatement.
So
process.
he's literally on double secret probation right
He is
now.
pretty much on double secret probation.
Animal
because
House.
if he fouls up, it is complete and indefinite banishment.
Okay. Banishment.
Banishment.
You
That
mean-
is the word per the NFL.
Like what?
Banishment.
You mean like to the pit of misery?
Dilly dilly.
Folks, and now we talk about the pit of misery, which has been the factory of sadness. What do
The
you
mistake by the lake.
what do you as a fan have to root for?
Nothing.
What do you root for? All right, if you're out there, raise your hand. Raise your hand if you're listening right now. Just do the little what's it, emoji?
The thumbs up.
Do the thumbs up emoji, whatever. I want you to raise your hand and let us know. Do you watch every game every Sunday?
No.
Just my hands up.
No, I'm not.
My hands up. Kate hates it.
No.
Kate hates it.
You
Okay?
want to know a scary thought?
Yeah.
I haven't watched a Browns game in 3 years
I am. Are you serious? How can you be my co-host?
because I'm still knowledgeable in the sport. I don't have to watch a game.
Oh, raise your hand if you're out there right now. On seriously, comment right now. Raise your hand. Do you? We got thumbs up.
Wow.
There's some thumbs up.
There's a thumbs down.
Oh my goodness.
Well, of course, Jeremy Powell.
Raise
thumbs
your
up.
hand out there, guys. If you watch every game every Sunday, okay?
Roger, I love you. The Browns haven't played a game yet this year. Roger. Touche.
All right, so let's talk about Hugh. And I know this
Hugh.
irritates you. Okay,
It does.
I am all for keeping Hugh. I'm all for keeping Hugh.
I think he's a better coordinator than a coach.
We said this was going to be a 3-year rebuild. Okay?
Okay.
We've already hit the eject button on the guy that drafted all those players that we're kind of happy with. Okay, which is fine because I'm not sad about the new hire. I like Dorsey.
Dorsey has done a lot. He turned Kansas City into a winner. He turned Green Bay into a winner. If he's given the tools and the assets to build a winning team, I believe that he can do it.
So the point is, from a consistency standpoint, there's that word, and our
Consistency.
Steelers fan Elaine out there touched on it. We have no consistency.
Nope.
None.
None.
Okay.
Zero.
You ready for
Zilch.
this?
Nada.
This is gonna make you. This is really gonna.
What?
Yeah.
It's going to what?
First, I'm gonna go over these stats real quick. Most of these stats are already known. By the way, Jeremy, if you're out there, go ahead and text to this number, your number. We'll call you at the end of the show to get your comments. All right. You ready for this?
Yeah. I see the list.
Since 1999, we've had 9 general managers and 9 coaches.
Yep.
Okay. Dwight Clark, Butch Davis, Phil Savage, George Kokinis, Tom Heckert, Mike OMG Lombardi, Ray Farmer, Sashi, and now we're on Dorsey. Okay. We've had 9 coaches since 1999.
Yeah.
Palmer, Davis. Remember the Butch Davis experiment where he did both? He's like, oh, yeah.
We went to the playoffs.
I think we were, 10-6 with Derek Anderson?
We were.
They call that, I think the Really Big Show calls that the season of dreams.
2002.
All right. So, Rubisky, Cornell, Mangini. I'm going to say that again. Hold on. Rubisky, Cornell, Mangini, Shermer, Chudzinski, Pettin, and now we're on Hugh Jackson. Rogers texting. This show feels like a.
He didn't say the word.
I didn't say the word.
Oh, by the way, Jeremy chimed in. Duke Johnson and Christian Kirksey were both drafted by.
Okay, that's
Ray
right.
Farmer.
Thank you for that correction, Jeremy.
Jeremy
That's
would know.
why we always bring our Browns expert on when available. Under Jimmy Haslam, this current team is now 19-67. Okay, back to Elaine's point, our Stillers fan out there. The only constant since 1999 has been change. We don't do anything consistently. Okay, you ready for this? Since 99, the Steelers have had how many quarterbacks? 3.
3.
You ready for them? Stewart,
Stewart,
Maddox, Big Ben.
Yeah.
Stewart, Maddox, Big Ben. You ready for
Except for injuries, I think they've had a few backup.
You ready for
quarterbacks.
Cordell?
Cordell.
It was 1999.
Flash, the original Flash or Slash.
Yeah,
Slash is what.
You
they
ready for
call
this
it.
one? The Ravens have had also 3. Bowler, McNair, Flacco. That's it. The Bengals have had 3. Kitna, Palmer, Dalton.
You know how many the Browns have had since '99?
28.
29.
29.
29.
29 quarterbacks since 1999.
29 quarterbacks since
Our
1999.
division, the AFC North, okay, that would be the Bengals, the Steelers, and the Ravens, have all had 3 quarterbacks per team since that time period, and we've had 29.
Yeah, 29.
Why are we confused as to where we're at? Okay, so the question is, now what do we do at quarterback? Okay, first of all, Dorsey comes in, right? What's the first thing that he did?
He cut Kenny Britt.
He cut Kenny Britt. In fact, he probably did it like within an hour. He's like, you know what? I've been watching this job now for a couple months, blah, 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 blah. What do we got? Okay.
Jeremy is
all right, cool.
Giving us his number.
Yeah. So the point is, you know, we've been Dorsey's been watching this team, right? Blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
And he's like, hey, I worked for, who did he work for? He was with the Packers
with the
and then the Chiefs, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So he's like, hey, this Browns opportunity is like a gold mine.
Well, we swept him up. He was actually scheduled to go interview with the New York Giants.
But from a standpoint of being a GM, this is the best, one of the best, if not the best opportunity in football right now. I mean, look at the picks that we have. And we've got this massive pile of cash to throw at free agents.
We will have upwards of $100 million in cap space next year.
And we have almost unlimited resources in terms of draft picks. And now Houston's terrible too. So we're going to get, what, two of the top 6?
Potentially right now, if the season ended today, I think we would have picks 1 and 5.
What? Okay, you're the
1 and 5.
Well, before we give Jeremy a call, what would you do? You're the GM. What's your move in the offseason and approaching the draft? You're the GM.
I'm the GM?
Yep.
Well, I don't know the upcoming free agent list. I would have to look at that.
Okay.
I want to bring in a veteran quarterback to kind of mold Deshaun a little bit, give him some help. Give him some wisdom and experience. I want to shore up our offensive line. I want to shore up our defensive line. I want to get 2 cornerbacks.
All right, well, let me ask you this, okay? You want a veteran quarterback.
I do.
All right, do you want to start him or do you want him to just back up?
I would have it be a competition in the preseason as to whoever is the best. They win the job.
I'm going to give you a name.
Okay.
Minnesota.
Yeah.
Minnesota Vikings.
Yeah, they have 3 quarterbacks.
They have 3 quarterbacks, and right now they're the best team in the NFL?
They are I don't think they're the best team in the NFL.
They're the best team in the NFL.
The Minnesota Vikings?
Minnesota Vikings.
What about the...
Because the Eagles just lost.
Right.
The Vikings have the best record in the NFL. Okay? They have 3 quarterbacks. You ready for their names?
Yeah, I can tell you their names. Teddy Bridgewater,
Uh-huh.
Case Keenum,
Uh-huh.
Sam Bradford.
Uh-huh. Guess what?
Bradford and Bridgewater aren't even playing right now.
All 3 are free agents next year.
Fantastic.
All 3.
Uh,
Okay. So if
okay.
I'm Mr. Dorsey,
Mhm.
I'm just going to sit and wait and let them play the waiting game, right? I'm just going to say, okay, they can only afford 1 or 2 of those quarterbacks, whichever one's left over. That's who I'm bringing here.
Okay.
Like without a doubt. I don't even care which one of the 3. I really don't. Bridgewater can play.
I care.
I
don't
think
want Bradford.
Bridgewater got hurt. Remember, go back earlier in the show. He's part of the Final Destination Browns crew. Okay, but the point is, he played really well before he got hurt. We just don't know what that knee will do. Okay,
Right.
Sam Bradford is Mr. Glass. Okay,
All right, hold on. I fact checked you.
Yeah.
Minnesota has the second. They're tied with the New England Patriots at 10-3. Philly and Pittsburgh are both 11-2.
I'm wrong.
You are wrong.
Oh my goodness, I was
You are
wrong.
I knew you were wrong. That's why I fact checked you.
Kate's yelling from the background over there.
I knew you were wrong. That was why I fact checked
wrong.
you.
I'm wrong, folks.
Not to say Minnesota doesn't have a good team.
Minnesota's good.
They have a fantastic defense.
All right. Point being,
I want Case Keenum.
all 3 of those quarterbacks are free agents. I'm bringing one of them
I
here
want Case
immediately.
Keenum.
Okay, right off the rip. And then in the free agent market, we've got safeties have been an issue with us, right?
Yep.
Malcolm Jenkins and Cam Chancellor are both
Malcolm
available.
Jenkins
They're older.
from the Ohio State
Yeah,
University.
and then we got cornerbacks Xavier Rhodes and Malcolm Butler. Okay.
Yep.
If I'm the GM, I'm grabbing whichever Minnesota quarterback's available.
Okay.
I'm grabbing whichever one of those 2 safeties is available, and whichever one of those cornerbacks is available, and then I'm drafting.
but can I get both those cornerbacks?
You can if you want to.
I would like both of them.
I love the fact. I love the fact that he made that statement. Dorsey. He's like, it's time to awake the sleeping giant that is the Browns organization. That's fantastic. All right, we're gonna make a phone call, folks.
One other thing. So
yeah.
Kenny Britt signs with the Patriots.
Well, and you know he's gonna go for like 175 yards.
He went from the worst team in the NFL to the playoffs
And he's gonna get
in
a ring.
a day.
And he's gonna get a ring.
He will. We'll see.
He'll catch 5 or 6 touchdowns in the next 2 weeks, and he'll be an all-star.
Jeremy, save me.
All right, so we're going to make a call. This is a phone call celebrity hotline. We're going to call Jeremy. Jeremy, if you don't know, folks, and he's going to mention us on his podcast. He runs a podcast, Orange is Oranger. That's a Cleveland Browns specialty show. Obviously, our specialty is 3-3-0 to go, so we cover as many different topics in and around Akron in the area as we can. So we're not focused on the Browns. But tonight, man, Roger's heckling me. I don't know about that.
Well, he should.
All right, here we go to the hotline.
Thanks, Roger. Jeremy, I hope you answer. I almost read his number out loud. I'm glad I didn't do that.
No, I don't read the number.
Guys, what's up?
Wow, is this the famous Jeremy from Orange is Oranger fame?
This is the Jeremy in Akron. What is going on, guys?
Well, we're talking.
What's up, Jeremy?
We're talking Browns football, and we've done our best to kind of set the table, and you're the expert, so we're going to turn it over to you. And I am of the opinion that we are much better off than the rest of normal America thinks that we are. I'm content with where Sashi has taken us from a draft pick, freshman and sophomore perspective, and I'm content with the fact that I firmly believe that if we solve the quarterback conundrum in the next year, that we're going to be a playoff team 2 years from now.
Well, look, we've said this a lot in the past years that this is, quote, the most important offseason in team history. But this really is the most important offseason in team history because you will never be set up like this again. You will never have the first – you could have potentially the first and third pick. If Houston loses out and I think the Niners win another game, you'll have the first and third pick in the draft. Wow. You have, like you guys talked about, $100 million in assets. Not only that, an underrated aspect of this offseason is you're probably going to have the most veteran quarterbacks available maybe in NFL history. Just start looking around the league. You know, A.J. McCarron could be available. Alex Smith could be available. Like you guys said, there's going to be at least one quarterback from Minnesota available. There's a lot of veterans. Eli Manning could be available. So there's going to be – Kirk Cousins could be available. So there's going to be a lot of available quarterbacks both in the draft and free agents, whichever route you decide to go. Like you guys talked about, $100 million in assets, all those picks. You're going to have 4 of the top 45 draft picks, 5 total in the first 2 rounds. If they can't fix it now, they will never fix it. And you guys are right. For all the flack Sashi took with maybe some of the player acquisition problems, he set them up unbelievably asset-wise. You know, that's what was great about him and Paul. They may not have been football guys, but they probably were the smartest guys in the room. and they've laid out a great plan. Now it's up to John Dorsey to finish it off.
Are you more the mindset of bringing in that veteran to start right away, or to have Kizer start and have them be the bridge behind him?
Well, it depends on who you go. If you throw, there's a real chance that Kirk Cousins actually gets the free agency, as crazy as that sounds. The big hang-up with him in Washington has been they don't want to pay him $30 million a year. And if they put the third franchise tag on him next year, it's going to be $34 million. So they're at a standstill. There's no movement there. If Kirk Cousins comes out, I think that's a permanent fix, so you don't worry about it in the draft. You give him the giant contract he wants, and then we roll. If you go with a guy like Alex Smith, a bridge-type guy, Eli Manning, someone like that, then I think you either, A, give Kizer a shot, to back him up, learn for the next year or two, or if you take a Rosen or a Darnold 1 overall, there's no rush to play them. That's why I actually think Alex Smith, I know you'd have to trade for Alex Smith. He's going into the final year of his contract. I think he, and obviously has familiarity with Dorsey, I think that would be the perfect fit, because that way it allows you to sit a guy like Rosen or Darnold for a couple years with no rush and still play competitive football. You
don't like Kizer for his raw ability?
I do, because my one worry, and I've talked about this in our pod, is there's a problem with players having slow eyes. And they say sometimes if a guy has slow eyes and he's not picking up the reads, that's something you're not going to fix. You're right. I mean, he has everything you want, especially for an AFC North quarterback. 6'4", 225, move in the pocket. He's only 21 years old. He's clearly a smart guy. I think the issue is if he sees the field well. Because, I actually go over – I have the NFL.com. I have the subscription to watch all the coaches' films. And Kizer misses a lot of open guys.
Yeah.
Now, is that a product of him being young or a product of him not seeing the field well? That's what – that's why guys like Dorsey – get paid the big bucks, because that's up to them to figure out.
Yep. What's your take on the defense?
I really like defense. I think people underestimated what a big loss Jamie Collins and Emmanuel Ogbah were. The run defense hasn't been the same since those guys went out. My issue is, especially with Sunday in particular, I don't understand why you just let Brett Hundley sit there and card you up. The Browns played almost no press coverage. They just let him, dink and duck up on the field. I think he finished something ridiculous, like 29 to 35. I don't understand it. I saw a stat today from Pro Football Focus. The Browns run the least amount of press coverage in the league, which is only about 25% of the time. But when they're in press coverage, their numbers are way better. So I don't understand the concept. I'm not one of those guys that pretends like I know that Greg Williams has forgotten more football than I'll ever know. But sometimes I just don't understand what he's doing with the secondary. Don't.
Well, and that's, my pops, he's going to be 80 here next year, and he's been watching the Browns, of course, his whole life, and he created me into the Browns fan I am today. His biggest gripe has been the fact that all of our defensive backs give that 5 to 10 yard cushion right off the line, no matter what the circumstances are, no matter where they're at on the field. And when you watch this, it's like they're playing Marty Schottenheimer prevent defense out there. And when you watch this past game, it's almost like the coaching staff panicked to the point where they were so excited that they were going to win a game that they got to be so conservative that they just wet the bed.
Well, you can tell your pops he's actually 100% right. And if the Browns actually. This is crazy. This is also from Pro Football Focus. Cool website if you ever want to check it out, profootballfocus.com. The Browns corners play on average 2 yards deeper than everybody else in the NFL. Only the Steelers, believe it or not, play even close to as off receivers, as off coverage as the Browns do. I don't know. Like I said, I don't understand the philosophy. I haven't sat down with Greg Williams to figure it out. But some of it doesn't make sense to me, just given it, even just a decent quarterback can pick you apart.
I think that's a product of the whole freshman-sophomore phenomenon I referred to earlier in regards to that they don't fully trust these guys yet. I really do think, though, we're on a really good track, and as these guys mature, I'm looking around the AFC North, and all these other quarterbacks are either going to flame out or retire within the next 2 years. So, the table is set for us to really do some damage 2 years from now.
Well, I think one of Sachi's miscalculations, as much as I like Sachi as well, one of his miscalculations was not keeping around more of what they call the middle class. The NFL calls the middle class guys that going into their second contract that aren't stars but are good players. Like guys we let go, like your Mitchell Schwartzes, like your Travis Benjamins, guys like that. I think Sashi and them, when they decided to clean this out, underestimated the importance of, quote, middle-class guys to building the franchise. If you look at it, there's very few. There's Kirksey, but he's just starting his second contract next year. They let a lot of these guys walk, and I think it's hurt the team more than they ever thought. So hopefully they've learned from that, and obviously now we have Dorsey. And they'll keep around a lot of these guys, these, quote, middle-class guys.
Roddy, you got anything for him?
What do you think about the potential of Peyton Manning joining the front office in Cleveland?
Okay, let me tell you what I know with this. I actually do have some inside information. I know for 100% fact that Peyton has met with Jimmy 4 to 5 times to discuss the job. I know that, I don't know if it's a formal offer or an informal offer. I know there's been some sort of offer. And I actually have a theory on this. I don't know if you saw the press conference the other day, but Jimmy admitted to having dinner with Peyton last Monday night.
Yep.
Just before the Dorsey hire. And I have 1 or 2 ideas there. I think either A, Monday night was Peyton Manning telling Jimmy, you know what, thanks but no thanks. I'm going to go ahead and, reevaluate my situation, hang out with my family, and wait a little longer to get back into the game. Or Peyton giving the go ahead, the blessing on Dorsey, saying, go ahead, hire Dorsey, I'm fine with that, and I'll see you in a few months. Those are my 2 theories on what happened at that dinner with Peyton and Jimmy Haslam.
Well, if he were to be brought in, it'd be in more of that president of football operations type of role, right?
Yes, and let me tell you, that's one of the things I've always had a problem with. And even right now, Jimmy explained the structure at John Dorsey's press conference, that the head coach reports to him, Cody Podesta reports to him, and John Dorsey reports to him. That's how you get these fusions and these problems, is when you got no chain of command. You know what I mean? When you have a head coach reporting to the owner and a general manager reporting to the owner, it creates that division. You need chain of command. You need the head coach to report to the GM to report to the president. That's a structure I think makes sense. So hopefully if Peyton comes in, you have Peyton at the top of the organization as kind of the tiebreaker, and you have the coach reporting to John Dorsey reporting to Peyton Manning, and then, when need be, Peyton brings in Jimmy. I don't think that structure. I just don't understand the structure. So I'm hoping at the end of the season, maybe John and me sit down and say, look, we have to have more of a chain of command here. We can't have this. He reports to you, I report to you. It just doesn't work.
Yep.
It doesn't work.
I agree. All right, Jeremy. Well, we appreciate your time, and we're in the range of getting 3,000 views now with this little webcast experiment of ours. So,
let me say this too. I've watched 3 times now, right? You guys do a fantastic job. I love it. It's fun. It's neat. It's different. I'll definitely next recording our podcast, I'll definitely give you guys a shout. Just really good work, guys.
Well, I'm giving you. Go ahead. 30-second commercial for yours. Go ahead.
It's we're on everywhere. It's the Orange is Orange or Browns podcast. You can get us anywhere that you can get a podcast. We're even on we're on iHeartRadio now. We're on iTunes. Download us on iTunes. Subscribe. Leave a comment. We love it. Thank you guys for the time.
All right, man. You take care. And if I don't see you, I may or may not see you at Christmas services. But Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas, Jeremy. Thanks a lot, buddy.
Anytime you want me, let me know. Bye-bye.
All right.
Woo! Shout out to Jeremy.
So there you go, folks. One of our Browns insiders that we got a chance to get a hold of, and we appreciate that. So, lots of good thoughts that we've shared here tonight.
Are you calmed down now?
I am calmed down now.
That's good.
And here's what's interesting.
What's that?
I was just spouting off and popping off of the mouth like I always do, and he agreed with a lot of the stuff that I had to say tonight.
You were still wrong that the Vikings had a better record.
I was still wrong that the Vikings had a better record.
I got one.
Folks, so once again, folks, we've had a lot of fun spending time with you here tonight, and I hope the information and opinions that we've shared have been both entertaining and helpful. Please join us next week as we discuss 2017's year in review.
7 o'clock next Wednesday.
7 o'clock next Wednesday. But until then, I don't know where I'm going, but there ain't no sense in being late. Say goodnight, Shirley.
Good night, Shirley.
This podcast is a copyright of Moon Garden Media Limited.